But sadly, so many of these newcomers end up at the margins of our labor market, stuck in survival jobs, frustrated and disappointed that their dreams of opportunity are not coming true in Canada. And the data tells us that this happens far, far too often. Too often, being an immigrant has meant being poorer, more likely to be underemployed or unemployed, and less equipped for a modern economy than someone who's born in Canada. For roughly the past 3 decades, we have seen the economic status of newcomers on the decline. For example, results from the 2006 census show that immigrants who arrived in Canada in 2004 were more than 3 times as likely to have low incomes. Fully 34% of newcomers fell into the low-income category of the census compared to 9.7% for the general population. Unemployment for immigrants with university degrees is 3 times higher than amongst native-born Canadians with university degrees. So for too long, the archetype of immigration to Canada has been that of an educated professional arriving from a developing country, only to find seemingly impenetrable barriers to getting licensed to practice in their profession, unable to find a Canadian job because, ironically, they don't have Canadian experience, and often held back by a deficit of soft social skills, including official language proficiency. For example, a recent study showed that 60% of newcomers were below level 3 on the International Adult Literacy and Skills Survey, which is considered the minimum skill level necessary to meet the challenges of today's economy. So that professional we all know who arrives with great hope too often ends up, as we know, in taking a survival job just to put bread on the table for his or her family, working as a cab driver in the convenience store or pulling the graveyard shift as a security night watchman. And here's the paradox. While that educated immigrant is disappointed and often goes into a downward spiral of disappointment and depression, which can have negative impacts on family and their broader circle, while that's happening in his household, in his or her life, in other parts of the country and in other parts of the economy, employers are desperate for skilled workers.